Did you know that after a breakup, most people make the huge mistake of chasing the person they lost? But here's the thing, chasing is the worst thing you can do if you want them to come back. In fact, it could be the very reason they stay away longer. But what if I told you there's a way to make her chase you instead? Sounds unbelievable, right? Stick with me, because today we're diving deep into the secret strategies that will make her regret the breakup and want to chase you after no contact. Now, I know you might be thinking, I've been silent, I've given her space, but what's next? How can I get her to miss me, to want me back? That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. You've probably heard of no contact. It's that period where you stop texting, calling, or reaching out altogether. But no contact is not just about disappearing. It's about creating space so that she can feel your absence and, this is key, start to chase you. Let's break down exactly how to make this work and turn things in your favor. Number 1. The power of space. When you stop reaching out, you're not just sitting around doing nothing, you're allowing her to experience a sense of loss. In relationships, we often take each other for granted until that person isn't there anymore. When you're constantly around, there's no mystery, there's no need for her to chase you. But when you pull away, she starts asking herself, why isn't he here? What's he doing now? I miss him. And that's the key. Think about this. Absence creates attraction. When you're always around, there's nothing for her to desire. But when you step back, she's forced to recognize how much she valued you. For example, look at this scenario. Imagine you used to text her goodnight every night, but now you stop. At first she might be indifferent, but over time she'll start thinking, why didn't he text me? She's starting to miss you without you doing a single thing. 2. Personal growth. During no contact, focus on the importance of working on yourself. Here's where most people mess up. They think no contact means just waiting around and hoping for a change, but it's so much more than that. This is the time to level up. Whether it's working on your career, hitting the gym, picking up new hobbies, or improving your mental health, you should be using this time for personal growth. Why does this matter? Because when you reconnect, you don't want to be the same person she left. You want to be a better version of yourself, someone she wants to chase. When she sees that you're thriving without her, it will make her question her decision to leave you. Let me tell you about Mike. He was devastated after his breakup, but instead of sitting around and wallowing, he decided to use this time to better himself. He started working out, learning new skills, and getting his life back on track. By the time he spoke to his ex again, she was the one reaching out, asking what he'd been up to. And that's when he knew. His silence had worked, and she wanted him back. 3. The role of mystery, don't give it all away. Now, once no contact is over, you have to be careful not to give everything away too soon. A huge mistake people make is oversharing. You're just re-entering her life, and if you flood her with all the details of your life, you're killing the mystery. Think about it like this. Imagine you meet someone at a party. They're interesting, but then they start talking non-stop about everything they've done in the last year. Nothing is left for you to discover. That's how she'll feel if you tell her everything about your life. Instead, keep some things to yourself. Tease her with what you've been up to, but don't give the whole story away. For example, if she asks how you've been, don't just say, I've been doing great, working a lot, and hanging out with friends. Instead say, I've been focusing on some exciting new projects. I'll tell you more later. That keeps her intrigued and coming back for more. 4. Play it cool, don't chase. Let her pursue. Now, when you do start talking again, the most important thing is to not come off as desperate. The worst thing you can do is start texting her constantly, seeking validation, or trying to win her back. That's not the way to get her to chase you. If anything, that will push her further away. Take James. After his breakup, he couldn't resist texting his ex, asking her to hang out, but she just wasn't responding the way he wanted. When he finally pulled back, stopped texting her so much, and started focusing on himself, she started to reach out more. It wasn't until he stopped chasing that she started chasing him. 5. Be confident, not arrogant. Confidence is the key to attraction, but there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. Confidence is attractive because it signals you're secure in yourself. Arrogance is a turn-off because it signals insecurity and the need for validation. When you're confident, you don't need her approval. You're comfortable with who you are and where you're at in life, and this comfort will make her want to be part of your life again. But remember, confidence isn't about bragging or making her feel less than. It's about showing up as your best self and being sure of what you bring to the table. 6. Reignite positive memories. Once you've re-established contact, one of the best ways to spark her interest is to subtly remind her of the good times you shared. Nostalgia is a powerful emotion, and when used correctly, it can reignite her feelings for you. Instead of saying, "Do you remember when we..." Try something more subtle. For example, if she brings up a topic related to a shared memory, respond with, "That reminds me of that time we went to, insert memory. That was fun, wasn't it?" This triggers positive emotions without making you seem overly eager or manipulative. Why does this work? Because people are naturally drawn to what feels good. By highlighting positive moments, you create a contrast to the potential negativity that led to the breakup, and she begins to associate you with happiness again. 7. Control the reconnection pace. Finally, when she starts reaching out or showing interest again, it's crucial to control the pace of the reconnection. Many people make the mistake of diving back in head first, but that can come across as too needy. Instead, take things slow. For example, if she texts you, don't immediately respond every single time. Take your time. If she asks to meet up, suggest a casual plan, but don't overly commit. The goal is to keep things light and let her feel like she's earning your time and attention. This keeps the dynamic balanced and ensures you don't lose the upper hand. Think of it like building anticipation for a great movie. When she has to wait a little, it makes the reward of your attention that much sweeter. By stepping back, focusing on your personal growth, and reintroducing yourself in a confident, mysterious, and controlled way, you're giving her the chance to see what she's truly missing. You're showing her that you respect yourself enough to walk away, but are strong enough to come back better than before. That's the kind of energy that makes people take notice. But here's the thing, it's not just about her. This journey is ultimately about you. Whether she comes back or not, these steps will help you grow into someone stronger, more confident, and ready for any relationship that comes your way. Now, if you're serious about leveling up in your relationships and understanding the deeper dynamics of attraction, this is just the beginning. On this channel, we explore these ideas in depth, giving you the tools to navigate love, connection, and everything in between. So, before you go, make sure to hit that like button if you found this valuable. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on future content that could completely change how you approach relationships. Thanks for spending this time with me. Keep working on yourself, stay confident, and remember, the best version of you is always worth chasing. I'll see you in the next video.